Hey everybody, this is MisterArtra here, and welcome back to Surviving Minecraft. This is episode 3, and if you hadn't guessed from the title, we have a very, very, very special task to accomplish today. But before we do all of that, I need to show off a little bit. I mean, check out this. This right here is my temporary small storage area, because I have big plans to build this platform thing above the canopy. But right here, this is what we're starting out with. You can see we've got all the basic amenities that you need. You have some bulk storage here for the cobble, gravel, sand, and some dirt. And then all of these here are smooth stone, stone brick. And then this right here might be just a little bit telling, but we'll get to that here in just a moment. Then we've got, this is our smelting array / mini XP bank. Not bad. Not too shabby. These are our wonderful little berry bushes. Now, you'd think just 3 berry bushes isn't really going to do much for you, but you would be surprised what these nutritious little berries will do for you when you're the only one they're supporting. And what we have over here is a very complete cow crusher. Now, Cow Crusher, of course, supplies us with leather and much-needed beef, the nutrition to keep us moving while we are mining. You know, assuming you're of the carnivorous persuasion. I do, however, have a couple more things to show you that you may have missed if you have not been watching the live streams. And if you haven't been watching the live stream, go follow me on Twitch. Go do it. Go do it. I do it every Saturday, most Saturdays. I do it every Saturday at the same time, and there I do a lot of my mining and some of my building. I do a lot of stuff, and if you are not seeing that, then, you're missing out a little bit. So, without further ado, let me show you what we did this last Saturday. We've got a Nether Portal, a wonderful, big, decorated Nether Portal that I spent just a tiny bit of time on at the beginning of the stream. It's nice. It still needs to be detailed a little bit. You can see that raw stone in the back, and also an enchanting table. As you may have guessed, this is where a lot of that leather went. Also the sugarcane that I had been growing. It's very nice. We did a tiny bit of enchanting on this pick here. It's just efficiency 2 and unbreaking 1. It's not that great, but it's a good starting point. Now, this pick will help us dearly in the future, but it is not quite up to snuff yet. And when it is up to snuff, it will need a name. So if you have any suggestions, please leave them down in the comments below. Yes, that's how we will do this. Good. But without further ado, we have the main event to attend to, the triple spider spawner. So our entrance from the overworld is going to be here. Now, it's not terribly far from the tower. You can see it's over yonder, right? But this does mean that we're going to have to make a path over here eventually, but that's not too bad. What we need to do right now is to make a very bold and rather reckless decision. We are just going to dig straight down from here. Now, I feel rather confident in doing this because I have done a fair amount of caving in the area and I know what's around, although I apparently missed this one. That's fine. We won't worry about that. But we're just going to dig straight down because I have gathered the coordinates together and am fairly confident I should drop directly down into the chamber that I have dug out for this purpose. Nope. I just need to start digging, I guess. Okay, and we have found it. I was a little off, but not too bad. So you can see I dug this out a little bit here. And you can see 1, 2, and 3. And they are all activated and spinning up right now, which is a very nice, very clear indication that this is going to do exactly what we want it to do. One other nice thing about this is that they are all on the same Y coordinate. You see this? They are all on the same level, which is going to make this a lot easier for me. Because basically the way this farm is going to work, we're going to dig out these areas around the spawner and then create water channels that's going to bring them into what I'm going to imagine is a central area. We're going to do it somewhere around here. The biggest thing right now is just a lot of digging, which is one of the reasons why I have this pick with me. So I'm going to get on that. And then once I have the areas dug out, we will talk a little bit more about what we're doing. So, wish me luck. Alright, now as you can see here, I've dug out the 3 spawners. Now, what I'm doing here is, essentially for any spawner, you're going to need to dig out a 9x9 box, centered on the spawner itself. Now, there's a little wiggle room for this. I actually tend to make it only 3 high above the spawner itself. You know, it just really depends on how much room you have or anything like that. You're not going to lose a lot by only making it 3 above here. So for this next part, what we're going to want is an infinite water source, because we're going to be moving our spiders around with water. So we put a bucket there, a bucket there. Excellent. Love using water in a swamp biome. Always a great color. What we're going to do essentially is drop them down into pools of water, which are going to direct them into channels. You then take each of these channels, bring them into a single area to where we can kill them handily. What I want to do here is bring, I think, oh, you see this one's working. You see it's still spawning. Cave spawners are so obnoxious. They're so obnoxious. They're finicky. They're tiny. They can go everywhere. It's generally a good idea to bring a milk bucket with you when you do these things. They're poisonous and they suck, and just be aware of that. What I'm wanting to do here is bring them into a water channel. Now, the way we're going to do this is with this kind of thing going on. And make sure you keep these really well lit while you're doing this, because they will kill you so fast. So fast will they kill you. Just kind of like go every other. That way you're not having to get like so many buckets of water. One of the things about making these particular things when you've got multiple spawners is like figuring out how they're going to line up. And I think okay, actually I think I'm going to have it come off this, like have the water going this way and move them that way. Yeah. Yep. Okay, needed to move them over here. That's fine. Cool. Yes. So we'll move them this way, and then dig out a channel here. Yeah, I think this is what we're wanting to do here. So they will spawn, land, and come down this way. Will that work? I think that'll work. All right. So now we've got the water coming across like this. We're going to have the spiders will spawn in the air, and then drop down, fall into the water, and move over here, and we'll move them across. Now, I just have to figure out how I'm going to do the water in all of these. So, I guess I'm going to do some experimenting, figure out how this is going to work, and I will be right back to you. Okay, so now we are back here, and I have put in water all over the place. You can see some here, and actually I really like this visual, but anyway, that's not the point. I've got water going all over the place. Now, really, what we need to do now is figure out if it's actually going to function properly. And the only way to really do that... Oh! Well, one just popped out. So, I get... Oh, they're horrible. They're the worst. Okay, so, anyway, I guess that answers that question. Alright then, well, so basically what we have set up here is each of them kind of dumps into a water channel, which will eventually push them Anyway, get down in there, okay, and then pushed along this channel here. And as long as they're not looking at me, they should be fine. They should move through here without too much trouble. As long as they're not looking at me and aggroing. They come up and through the bubble vader. So I'm assuming, like, there's that one little gap there. I'm assuming that if there's enough of them going at one time, then that shouldn't matter too much, and they'll just push each other into the bubble vader. Though, I imagine we may end up with some bunching. Maybe. I don't know. I'm hoping that the trapdoors will fix that. But, so, really, what I need to do at this point is glass these up, or just wall them. I would rather glass them. I like being able to look in the spawning chambers, personally. But anyway, we're going to glass these up and then take out all the torches, which is the super dangerous part, and then see what we get coming out of here. And while it seemed like a good idea at the time, what turned out to be the case was that it was a horrible, horrible, stressful experience that took me all day and into the next day to actually accomplish. You see, spiders like to bunch, and where they used to be held up by signs and trapdoors and the like, nowadays, no, they can climb on any solid block at all. So, trying to make tiny tubes for them to crawl through, lined by things that they can catch on, ultimately was a terrible idea. So, instead, what we have done is dug out a huge pit, and in there they drop into another water area, which works out very nicely in the long run. However, it did take me a very long time to figure out how to make this work. So, this was far more of an issue than just some trapdoors. Just a quick note there. It may have taken me all day. In fact, it may have taken me all of yesterday, and I'm just now finishing it the next day. So, super. But as you can see, there are so many spiders coming into this farm. They're hitting the crush limit. They're killing each other. I mean, and listen to this. Hold on, you get right up there. Oh, it's amazing. It's just, after a minute, it's like an infinite source of XP. Look at this. It's amazing. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. It worked out way better than I thought it was going to. So, let's talk about these for a minute. Triple spider spawners tend to have an issue where they aren't always on the same Y level. I got lucky in that all of these are on the same Y level. Not only that, but they're close enough together that using water streams is actually viable. I've managed to get them. I mean, look at this. Look at this. They're trapped up there. Now, another fun thing about spiders, because they like to climb the walls, one of the things that makes them hard to farm, they're actually really easy to keep in one spot if you can do this. Now, right now, as you saw earlier, I've essentially got this set up with a mob spawning room built around each chamber. They fall down into water collection, and you can kind of see it there. Let me turn on hitboxes. Yep, you can see he just fell down, and he's crawling up and falls down again. Cool. You can see now he's going down the water channel, comes down. There's that big one down there, which funnels them into a bubble vader. It's wonderful. It's essentially like a fourth mob spawner right in there, like the collection part of it. It's wonderful. It's fantastic. So, this is going to provide us with so much. Can you hear that? That wonderful sound? Ugh. So yeah, you just stand right here. Now, the thing about cave spiders is they can actually, pretty much, if you can see them, if you can hit them, they can probably hit you. The trick is getting into a position where it's harder for them to hit you. So, this little pane of glass right here puts you into a nice position where you can hit them, and it's still pretty hard for them to hit you. You kind of have to like go in and out, in and out, in and out, that kind of thing. I am super happy about this. I was not entirely sure I was actually going to get it done, but it's there. Look, it's wonderful. I'm gonna have so much XP now. Well, I think that's going to be all for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. It was a real challenge. I've never had to build a spider spawner like that before, and it was really cool. If you like what you saw, please be sure to hit that like button. And if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button to get notifications on when I'm going to be doing more. Yep. Also, I do Twitch stuff, so head on over there and follow me on Twitch if you haven't already. I stream every Saturday, and you'll be able to see all the grinding and the resource gathering, and just come hang out. It's awesome. It's great. It's a fun time. Also, follow me on Twitter if you haven't already. That's where I'll be letting you know when I'm putting out new videos, when I'm streaming, or just putting out some memes, funny stuff, things to get your brain going, that kind of thing. Fun times. So, follow me on Twitter. Any questions, suggestions, comments, friendly advice? Put that down in the comments below. Let me know what you're thinking. I love it. I want it. I want to hear what you have to say. Again, thank you so much for watching. This has been MisterArtra, and until next time, deuces.